And hi, we're back again. I'm kind of doing the 5 vowel series thing, and it's just my perception from this moment. If I was to do it again, it might be slightly different. So don't take what I say as it. I love that. It's really, in this moment, this is what's coming out. And so the next one to focus on is brahmacharya. Now, brahmacharya is basically, charya means to move towards, and Brahman, move towards stillness, move towards perfection, move towards God. And so in a lot of traditions, it was celibacy. Is that how you say it? Celibacy, like no sex. And that was because it was realizing that a lot of people got lost in sexual energy and sexual behaviors. And so to then invite celibacy meant that your attention then wasn't on that, so you could have a deeper connection with God or with the universe. I'm assuming that's what the basis of it was, because in my tradition we don't actually call it that. So that's not actually my experience. In my tradition, we call it self-restraint. And it has a very beautiful meaning because we do mention it in a sexual way as well, to be aware of not restraining yourself from sex, but seeing how you can get caught up in unconscious sexual energy or needs or desires, right? Because all of that's thinking. It's a thinking pattern. You might think it's coming from, natural urges or from a part of your body. But when you actually investigate it, it's actually your thinking and dreaming stuff up. So self-restraint is in there, but it's also the self-restraint of eating, the self-restraint of overworking. So it really is seeing anywhere that we move into unconscious behavior and move into needs to fulfill me. What am I getting from having a lot of sex or getting all that attention? What am I getting from overworking? Am I being seen? Am I being praised? Do people feel like they need me? Do I feel like I'm needed? Do I feel like I'm accomplishing things? What do I get when I overeat? Is there a sense of pleasure? Is there a sense of fulfillment? Is there a sense of satisfaction? Like what am I getting? So what do I need to be aware of to restrain from? So the restrain makes it almost sound like I'm pushing it away. So it's really an interesting word, because when you break it down back into the Sanskrit, brahmacharya means to move towards God, and to be very aware of that. So it's the unconscious patterning is moving us away from our experience of God or of the universe or of stillness or of presence. And so to be conscious in these behavior patterns means that our experience of God or the universe becomes richer and the patterns change. So you can still have the sex, you can still eat, you can still work, you can still do all these things, but the pattern that is driving you to do too much or to consume you, that's what changes and dissolves. So to me, brahmacharya is this beautiful awareness of how we live and what we're doing, what we're creating, our goals and our habits, even going to the gym. You can be a gym junkie and just go too much. Or you can have this nice balance of realizing sometimes you need a little bit more, sometimes you need a little bit less. So it's more healthy, I guess, for you. And it's very in the moment too, because, sometimes we do work a lot, then sometimes we take a break. Sometimes we work more on a plateau. So there's, again, no hard rule to this of what's right and wrong. Again, I love that. But it's an awareness, an invitation for you to see your habits, for you to see yourself, and to see why certain things need a little bit of attention of restraining, so that you can have a deeper experience of resting in this moment. Now, sometimes it could also just be, you fill up your plate and you just eat and you're absolutely unconscious and you weren't even hungry, because it's just, it's the right time and that's what you do. So it's just like bringing consciousness into every action and seeing how things change. I also love how a lot of these vows start out on a kind of gross level, like what's in our world, and then filter into a more subtle level, like what we're experiencing emotionally or what we're thinking about. And so the self-restraint of emotions is don't get consumed by how you feel. I'm on purpose being pissy and angry at my partner so that he can give me attention. Like that's a pretty bad habit. That's one that you could move beyond, surely. So there's an emotional content to that. So you restrain yourself from playing those mind games so that you don't have to live like that. And also the thinking patterns, having the restraint of that consistent, that non-stop thinking when you believe that there's no way out, that your brain's going so fast and you just can't turn it off. Having that restraint, that consciousness, that alertness, that awareness to actually be willing to stop thinking, to actually go, hang on a minute, let's play with being more present. So brahmacharya works on all kinds of levels. And like I said, it's open for so much interpretation, and a lot of people might have different things they want to add about it or different points of view. And I love that, because that's what Sanskrit is. There's so much depth to interpretation that it's actually a flow, the Sanskrit language. It's a resonance. It's not actually, this is what it is, which is why I started off by saying on this video, this is just what I want to say today in this moment. And it doesn't mean that that's my hard truth about how I would explain it another time. So there you go, brahmacharya.